Hi everyone, my name is Slezins. I am board certified neurosurgeon based here in Riga, Latvia. Today I would like to discuss with you first signs of brain tumor. So these are general manifestations of brain tumors. These can be malignant brain tumors or benign brain tumors. These can be primary CNS or brain tumors or cranial tumors. These can be also secondary metastatic tumors from elsewhere. So these are the general ways how tumors in the brain can manifest themselves. And there are only 3 categories of symptoms how brain tumors can manifest. These symptoms can be represented one by one, or there can be a combination of symptoms altogether. So symptom number 1 is headaches. So any kind of tumor, if it reaches enough big volume, can cause headaches. And these headaches tend to be constant. They can be slightly worse, slightly less intensive depending from time of the day, but they tend to be constant and they tend to be progressive. So if anyone has developed headaches and which are constant and progressive, and if this person has never had this kind of headaches before, it's probably a good idea to have an MRI scan just to rule out any kind of tumor. Symptom number 2 is neurological deficit. So every part of the brain has its own functions. There are also parts of the brain who has less obvious functions. They are called non-elegant brain. But depending from location of the tumor inside the skull, it can cause a neurological deficit. For example, if the tumor develops in the part which is controlling movement of the arm, then movement of the arm can be affected. If that is a part of the brain which is controlling way of speaking, then the speaking can be affected. If there is a part of the brain affected which is responsible for hearing, then person can lose ability to understand and comprehend what he or she is hearing. Also, less obvious neurological deficits is change in personality. Person can start to become different than he or she was before. Or it can be mood changes, it can be depression. Something has changed in the person, and sometimes these changes are quite minor. It's difficult to pick them up, just to notice them, and if they develop over the long period of time, it can go unnoticed. But anyway, if there is any kind of new neurological deficit that person has developed, or he or she has changed significantly in terms of mood, personality, but anyway, if any kind of person has developed new neurological deficit or has significantly changed comparing to what he or she was before in terms of mood or personality, it's probably a good idea to have an MRI scan. Symptom number 3, epileptic seizure. If anyone develops epileptic seizure, which can be full-blown general epileptic seizure or just partial epileptic seizure, and if this person has no record of previous epileptic seizure, it's probably a wise idea to make an MRI scan just to rule out any kind of brain tumor, because brain tumor can cause disturbances in electric activity of the brain and therefore can cause epileptic seizures. As a summary, any kind of cranial tumors can cause any of these symptoms or any combinations of these symptoms. For example, person can have a headaches and then develop an epileptic seizure, or person can have a neurological deficit and develop epileptic seizure, or these symptoms can be alone. Person can have only epileptic seizure out of nowhere, and he or she is brought to the hospital, and after scanning the diagnosis of tumor comes up, or it can be long-lasting headaches which are progressive in nature, or it can be neurological deficit alone.